Hey, hi everybody. Welcome to Recovery Blog with Bill MacPhee. I'm your host, Bill MacPhee, and our definition of recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anybody else other than who you are today. We were continuing in the fourth pillar, the of recovery, the mental health and physical health. However, I'm going to skip that this week just because I got a question. A question came through, and I'm going to spend some time in answering that question. So the question is, Bill, greetings from Illinois. I manage a group home with 8 adults with mental illness. Most have lived in the home for 20 plus years. For our weekly house meeting, we have been reviewing your blog, which has facilitated great discussion. You have been very relatable to the clients. I have encouraged questions, so here are a few. So this came from Lisa Nelson, and a couple of questions were, have you ever felt like cutting when you get upset or in bad situations? And the second question was, are you still on medications? Well, first of all, let me tell you, Lisa, and thank you for using this tool to share with your residents in the group home. I'm glad that they tell me that I'm relatable to them. And I want to just comment on that. I'd like to consider myself an open book and very transparent. And that's who I am. And I try to be as transparent and available and just tell it like it is and really focus on recovery because I really believe that down deep in my heart that recovery is so attainable for just about anyone. And I'm spending my life to try to make things better. But anyways, thank you for those comments. So first of all, let's talk about cutting. Have I ever felt like cutting when I was in terrible situations or under stress or whatever? And the answer to that is no, I have. I'm not a cutter. However, from what I know about cutting, is that it's also called self-mutilation. And what happens with cutting is that people have so much emotional pain. They have blunted feelings and emotional pain that they can't express their emotions and they need to feel something or they need to get something out. And that's where the mutilation or the cutting begins. Now, cutting kind of begins or can be on your arms or usually your legs or your front, your torso. And the reason for that is because they're basically reachable, they're in reachable areas. And the other thing is that you can cover them up with a long T-shirt or long pants and shirt example like that. But people who cut feel that they're not part of the world. They feel misunderstood. They feel awkward in society. They don't fit in. Uh, Things like that. And they're basically emotional bluntness or blandness. And so they cut to feel. Now, cutting is not necessarily a suicide attempt. People who are cutting aren't cutting themselves because they want to die. They're basically cutting themselves because they're in so much emotional pain. And some of the signs, again, of somebody who's cutting is that they feel awkward or isolated. They don't feel part of society. They may spend a lot of time alone. They may not have too many friends, and they're very isolated and in emotional pain. Now, it's very important that these people that you direct somebody to get help for them, and help is done through psychotherapy or psychology and counseling, and it deals with self-esteem issues and confidence and different things like that. Okay, so that's so much for the cutting. So no, I've never cut before. The other thing is that am I still on medication? And the answer to that is yes. I actually get an injection every 4 weeks of Flunaxle, and I also take 2 milligrams of Cogentin, which is an oral medication for the side effects every night. And my side effects are weight gain, um, dry mouth. Sometimes I get jittery. Um, when I get my injection 3 days later, I'm very lethargic. I'm kind of tired. I'll have to rest a bit more. But other than that, my side effects and my medication works good. I did go off medication at one time, and for about 6 months, and my symptoms came back. I relapsed. I quit my job. I was walking over cars in the streets. I was getting beat up in the streets. I was banging on doors. I was picked up by the police again and everything like that. So they said, Bill, if you want to remain in reality, you have to take medication. And because we don't trust you to take your medication, we're going to give you an injection. Now, I should mention that 80% of people will go off their medication with this illness. 80%. We get feeling better and we go off. Okay, so that's answering those questions. I'm going to wrap it up. And I mentioned to you I had some weight gain, but I want to tell you that since August 15th, I've lost 19 pounds. I'm down to, I started at 250 pounds on August 15th, and now I'm at 131. I've lost 19 pounds. And the shirt I'm wearing today used to be in my too small pile, in my small pile, and now I'm actually can fit into this shirt. So thank you. So that's it. You know what? We'll continue next week with the next pillar number 4, mental health and physical health. However, unless I get some questions, if I get some questions, I'll answer that. And if you want to have a question for me, just email me at bill@billmcphee.ca. And MacPhee is MacPhee. So bill@billmcphee.ca. And until then, remember, there is life after mental illness. Have a great day.